Oh, hellfire. Yeah, probably. All right, we should be up and running, folks. Hello, internet. Let me refresh Twitch real quick. So the internet decided to crash as soon as I started streaming. Just gonna stare at OBS for a little bit longer. Just be like, good? You okay? Not gonna fucking futz with anything else? No. Good. We're good. We're good. All right. Anyway, hello, internet. Back to the Chemy Gad tonight. We're gonna work on X8 tonight, since we got the unofficial fan-created Gotchard one done last week. But first, I'm going to show this off. So, LEGO's announced officially their second Zelda set. For reference, we've gotten the Zelda set before, and we had leaks for this. We talked about them on TGS once at least. Might be twice in the last couple months or so. I forget the exact episode, but we've talked about the leak on this one. But for 130 bucks, you get this little diorama set that's depicting the final fight from Ocarina. So you get Ocarina Link, Ocarina Zelda, Big Ganon as a brick-built figure, a little like dish with tattle on it, and a little Ganondorf minifigure as well. Apparently, you can have him like, oh, where is it? You can have him pop out of this little, like, I guess, destroyed part of the castle and be like, I'm here still, rah! Yeah. I love that after they're just like, here's the 18 plus Pokemon sets, and it's like, it's all brick-built Pokemon. Yay, I guess. It's like, oh, here's the Zelda stuff. Or another Zelda set, and it's like, this is what people want. For reference, here was the first set. It's 300. You get your option of doing either the Breath of the Wild Deku Tree or the Ocarina Deku Tree. And you get like minifig wise. Breath of the Wild, Link and Zelda, and then Ocarina, Adult Link and Young Link, with assorted accessories for them across the board. Again, it's just, I just look at the Zelda stuff and I'm like, this is what people want from Mario and Pokemon. And you feel the need to bolt on gimmicky bullshit to the both of them for no fucking good reason. Anyway. That's all I wanted to talk about. But I have to grab... Alright, I cleaned up my downloads folder, so I have to re-find some stuff real quick. Let's talk about the Exit Chemy and kind of like look at how we're tackling this. So, for the most part, this is basically the Game Chemy for me, at least. It's the same, like, round shape with a helmet, quote unquote. In this case, it's the spiky hair. Same sort of like noodle arms and legs. Same sort of like Sonic boots and Sonic hands. We're probably going to reuse the Gaim arm and legs for these, basically, which is also the same arms and legs we basically used for Decade. or the legs, at least, it's the same ones we used for Decade, so we're going to reuse them and just make new boots. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the coat. Because I don't want to make it, like, thick. Otherwise, it just stops looking like a coat, a lab, the doctor's coat, but also, like, I'm not sure how to do that. That's, like, probably be, like, the end part of it is figuring out that lab coat. Because if we don't do the lab coat and the stethoscope, we're just making Mighty. We're just making not the Chemy version. We're not making the X8 Chemy. We're just making a Mighty figure at that point. So yeah, it's like the basics of what we're doing. Or the basics of the plan. I had not booted up SolidWorks yet because I had been, I basically just rammed everything together right before we started. Because I was busy watching new Lythero video. They decided, I'm gonna put one out right before you stream, and I'm like, damn it. I'm probably gonna make him the same size as the Gaim one. Hey, Dubspotty, how's it going? Let me just check those dimensions. I'll just open up the game assembly. Just open up the part. Beep. Alright. Cool. All I needed. Yeah, I finished our Grasshopper friend last night, or last week. Not last night, last week. So we're moving on to X8 here, which is the official one, so I don't have to, like, do any additional, like, notation of, like, this is from this artist. You know, I looked at how wide I made Gaim. I didn't look at how tall I made Gaim. Dang it. 1 second. That was my ability. Five. Oop, okay. Now I'm gonna need print sketch. Drop that in now before I forget. Okay, we're gonna designate that one as the face. At that plane. I also forgot to get it up for myself because I'm gonna need it, especially for this next part. Guess we just start with the visor, like outer visor part. We go all the way. We go from end to end on that. Ah, the Lego Pokemon stuff? Yeah, yep. And oh, Gen 10, yeah. Yeah, we have an assortment of leaks slash rumors for that, because some of it was in the recent, like, Pokemon hack, basically. Or the hack from Game Freak. what starter appearances, because the only thing I've saw is what the starters aren't going to look like rather than what they are going to look like. Unless that has changed in the last, like, half hour since I saw that. I don't remember if it was a cow, bat, an elephant, but what I saw said that they weren't going to be look like that, and I think that was 3 of them. There was another trio in that same Reddit post that I saw that apparently has been deleted, so I guess it was fake. But yeah, as far as I know, the starters have not leaked. So that's they have not. Whatever you saw was not real. Ring. I think I talked about. Did I talk about the power brick stuff? I think I talked about it last week when they got revealed. It is certainly a choice across the board. and like no one. Okay, like none of the Lego people I've seen videos of is happy with any of the Lego Pokemon stuff, just across the board. No one, not even non-Lego people are not happy about it. One of the folks, for a live stream I watch from one of the YouTube folks, basically crashed out, as the kids would say about it in the Discord. When it was revealed, they were not happy about all the 18 plus Pokemon stuff, especially compounded with the fact that all the rest of the Lego sets are going to be all the fucking smart brick bullshit. Yeah, it's not just it's like New World, and apparently a second game that's like a spin-off to it is dead, which is one of those like, oh yeah, didn't this get a a tie-in with the secret or secret level? Okay. You hooked on the Yeah, I saw the Kratos casting. I'm like, all right, we'll see how this goes. I'm not holding my breath on that. Oh yeah, Larkoft. That actress in costume. It's like, yep, this is certainly live action video game stuff. Call me when they have a trailer. Yep. It doesn't help that Deadpool is probably the most... I'm not super familiar with hero shooters, but Deadpool seems like the most complicated character I've seen in a hero shooter. Like, there is a lot going on in Deadpool. Yeah, he's got all the roles. Not only does he have all the roles act differently, have their own unique mechanics to them. And he has a level up system. And his ult has a secondary extension to it if you're good with it. I'm like, damn, you just like went deep in on Deadpool mechanically, because this is like the most in-depth mechanical character I've seen in a hero shooter fucking ever. And what's funny is that people have found out, for ranked, if you ban one of Deadpool's role in Deadpool, you only ban him in that role. Meaning if you ban Duelist Deadpool, Tank and Healer and Support Deadpool are still in play. So if you want Deadpool completely out of the picture, you gotta burn, I think, both of your bans in ranked to at least narrow it down to 2 and hope that the other team bans the third one. Which is like, oh, that is ranked nightmare. Oh well, that's their problem then. Jeff has one too. I don't know about that, but it's it is very much their vanilla skins, like, distorted slightly. It's not like the greatest looking thing, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, Spider-Man, Venom, and Jeff all have that pixelation to them, even though Jeff is not in the beat 'em up that I can't think of the name of offhand, because that's where that's the entire point of the skins, is to replicate that, which that is not how that game looks. So it's not great. All right. Oh. It's not boxed in. Okay, it's not quite it's not quite the DLCs. It is a check for the DLCs. So apparently, according to the modder that seems to have found this issue, the game is checking constantly for the DLCs. Constantly. It's not even if you have them, mind you. It's if you check a box. Because the modder, and I think this might have got lost when the news was talked about, the modder literally made a mod that didn't even unlock the DLCs for him. It didn't even give him the DLCs. All it did was check a box that said, I have all the DLCs. It gave him nothing. It just checked a box. And then it stopped constantly checking. And all of a sudden, the game had like 1,000% more performance. Digital Foundry is apparently investigating it to see if that's real, if that's true. The podcast I listened to, one of the people was like, check fucking Dragon's Dogma, goddammit. Because maybe Dragon's Dogma also has that exact same issue. I don't know. But yeah, it's not necessarily the deal. It's not necessarily even if you have the DLCs that's the issue. It's just if you can tell the game, here's the flag, stop asking me about it. Not even if you have the content, just the flag itself. The game gets better performance, which is even more like, what the fuck? Because it's like the simplest bypass in the world that shouldn't even get you in trouble, because technically you're not even getting the content for the DLC. You're just saying, hey, quit asking me about it. That's what I was afraid of. Bring you up. Then. Doomsday? The fuck is Doomsday? Oh, dude, this is like a double feature with Dune and something else. Okay. Sure. I guess. Talk about two movies I have no desire of watching. I'm just saying. That's a lot better. Come here. I have never heard of that. And to be honest, it sounds like something I wouldn't be interested in anyway, so. I did not. Hmm. See a critical error I have made. I believe it is just a rumor at the moment. Like, they could. Like, whether or not it would be good, I don't know. Like, it seems like Marvel has gotten better with their animated offerings recently. Apparently, the new Spider-Man's actually pretty good, and X-Men 97 is really good. I've actually watched X-Men 97 and thought it was really good. But, like, whether or not they can keep that going is another conversation in itself. I was about to say, that cuts all... Yep, I thought so. Okay. Hightail? I have no idea what that is. So, no, I cannot, because I have no idea what it is. Oh, that happens. That's too much. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, do I? I just saw the shape in that. Not gonna work. Actually, there's a better shape I could be doing. That's a lot more what I'm after. Not much. Use the extra day to chip away at Time Stranger a whole bunch. Really enjoying that game outside of the Digifarm stuff that I basically refuse to interact with. Remodeling. What do you mean? What, the kitchen remodel? That's been done for like 2 months. Yeah, that's been done for like since Thanksgiving. Like right now, I'm, basically, if I'm just waiting for my parents to decide what like backsplash and stuff they want to do, and then they'll do it. That out. That'll do. Shit. Okay, excuse what? There we go. Oh, is that what they're working on? Oh. Yep, okay. Should have figured. We do the constraints. In the right way. Okay, so much around that. That might not do. I'd have to individually fix it. Would be easier to. The base plate with the hair on it's not gonna work. You have to do the hair individually. Thankfully, they're big, chunky pieces. Let's just experiment now. might have to come back. Because I'm not sure how to tackle that. For now. I forgot. Back. Should be there. That's correct. Same on this side. 12. It's in there. Visual check. Yep. Um, okay. Excellent. Oh, I did way more than that. Eight and 12. There we go. I guess I can just throw in those Vi's hands real quick. I could probably do new hands, especially since they're just boxing gloves, basically. I could probably do that. Not really, because there's no mouth to start with. There's no mouth on this. I know it looks like there's a mouth, but there's not supposed to be a mouth. That's just a byproduct of the fillet. Like this could, like I probably shorten this up a little bit, but I kind of like how it is. It's a little bit wider, just because honestly he is a bit wider. Yeah, that's just an illusion from the fillet, so I wouldn't worry about that. Okay. Getting rid of things. Um. Yeah, let's keep it as is. That might let me stripe out. just realized that the I won't quite do what I'm after. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Yep. You know what? That'll actually work. Other of the sonic feet. It's coming together. I have no idea what that is, so I can't tell you. Or I couldn't tell you. Oh, you can. I don't care. I honestly just didn't see your comment until just now. I mean, that's fine. This is a Chemy that is based off a video game character in the context of the series it's in, so the video game comparison works. Uh, and swap back on the YouTube end. I was confused when I saw the wrong stuff in the subscription feed. That is not what I normally watch. All right, we're probably gonna stop there for tonight. I kind of want to do something different for the face, but kind of out of ideas because the main thing I would do for that sort of thing didn't work. So it got us what we have right now. So I'm like, I'm not sure how else to tackle that. Because it should be a lot more flush to the face and not have basically like this whole bit on the side. That might just be how I ended up drawing it to start with, so they'll be fine. Yeah, they're not meant to be 100% replicas. They're the best I can accomplish at my skill level, so. I'm just now, like, with how I did, I'm just like, shit, how do I do the fucking hair now? Because that hair's gonna be fucking... I'm just like, I was just sitting there for a little bit, just being like, how do I do this hair? I don't know how to do this hair. Because I was like, because I initially thought, oh, just do it, just model it out, just put a plate down, and then model it from there. No, that's not going to work. It's going to look wrong. And I'm like, well, shit. I don't know. I'm going to have to sit down and figure that one out. But yeah, we will stop there for tonight. So, as you've noticed, the Thursday stream was on a Friday stream. No, not really. Like, just this one's a weird one because there is technically precedent. There is technically something else, but just to show it. Oh, that's for the Chemys themselves. That doesn't. Does that not show the art? That shows all the alternative artwork. Yes, it does. Okay, so in terms of art. Oh, that's still open. Here's what we have card-wise. So here's the vanilla card, which has the art that we've been working off of the entire stream. Here is the alt art. Doesn't really help. Here is the other alt art that doesn't help. Here is the final form version, which doesn't really help us in this current situation because that's not the same design. And then there is the alt art for the final form, which again, doesn't help. Now, technically, well, like I said, Xaid, it's a video game based, it's a Chemy based off a video game character within the context of Xaid. It's basically Mario, which means the final form is based off Mario with a star. So the Starman or Starmon comparisons are almost on the nose. But yeah, this is what the Chemy is based off of in context, which is Mighty, which is the video game character that is the center of all of basically Xaid's power-ups and forms of, hey, it's him. It's him. See, it's him. So, like, technically there's this, but it doesn't quite help that much. But yeah, this is up. Like I've said before, we don't have a whole lot to work off of. And even when we do have stuff to work off of from alt arts, the alt arts can give us different details from the standard models. We just kind of have to, like, make a choice and just go with it. Because what I did in terms of modeling was to try to get this extrusion, like, out to here, and then have that extrusion, cut that extrusion so that it went with the curvature of the circle. It decided not to do that and fight me, which kind of produced, like, all of this extra material instead of it kind of following the curve. I might have to roll things back. Just to... Oh, you can't see that. It did not come with. We might have to roll the layers back to when I first did this extrusion. Cut it from up top to get the curvature we want, and then kind of redo all of the additional work that we did here. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I might try that next week. But we're not doing that tonight. Yeah, like I was saying, we truncated the schedule this week. So instead, so there's no Cubiverse this week since it would have been today instead of, me doing CAD stuff. But Saturday and Sunday streams are still going to be the same. So Saturday is going to be Power Wash. I'm going to be doing Zenless event stuff before that. And then Sunday will be us looking at Persona 4, the animation, the first 4 episodes of it, with a bit of Fortnite beforehand. Thankfully, we're watching a good thing for TGSR. And I also probably need to decide what the fuck we're doing after that, because kind of the whole point of the wheel adaptation is to have buffers between the main stuff we do, and I haven't decided what we're doing. Minesweeper's not a show, Devil Spidey. We can't do that for TGSR. That's not how that works. I'm almost decided we're going to do the first season of Garo. Almost decided. It's just a peek behind the scenes. I won't show this on stream. But just a peek behind the scenes. I have a list of things to do for TGSR currently. So right now that list looks like the following. So we go back to Show Era Rider with Black RX and do it, since we did the entirety of Black. I'm not feeling super great on that after going through all of Kamen Rider Black, so there's technically the option to do like V3X and like V3X or Amazon, since those Show Rider series have been officially subbed, and I could track down those if I so desired, but I'm not sure. There's doing all of Transformers animated, especially because we did all of Beast Wars. I know that's skipping a lot of things, but it was basically me going, I want to do my favorite Transformers shows, which are Beast Wars and animated, so we're doing Beast Wars and animated. There's doing Toei's Spider-Man, which it's Showa Tokusatsu, which I feel like is going to end up kind of like how our forays into Showa Rider have been, but maybe it'll be better. All of the clips I've seen of Toei's Spider-Man make me like hopeful, because they are all fucking memes. Basically. There's doing G Gundam, the show, which that's also tempting for me. Then there's season 1 of Garo, which I forget what the technical subtitle for that is. Because technically season 1 of Garo, even though it didn't have a subtitle when it originally released, it now has a subtitle just to differentiate it from all the other incarnations of Garo. Makai Senki is season 2. God, I forget what it is now. Like I said, it came out, it got the subtitle after the fact. I want to say Chapter of the Black Wolf was the subtitle. And Wikipedia fails me. Oh, nope, there it is. Nope, that's... Well, that's a compilation movie, basically. Garo Wiki? Have it? I know it got one at some point. Maybe it didn't, and I'm crazy. But we would do season 1 of Garo, which is short. But we would probably at least do the 2 movies that are connected to season 1, which is I can't remember the name of the first movie, but it introduces basically the third Makai Knight, the good guy Makai Knight, and then Red Requiem. We would do the 2 of them. Then there's the Sentai option of Shinkenger or Kyoryuger. We've only done 1 Sentai on TGSR in general, and it was Go Busters. I can't think of another time we did Sentai, but I think it was only just Go Busters, so I think it would be a good time to come back to Sentai, especially because of timing. And Shinkenger and Kyoryuger are really good options, in my opinion, at least. So we go either or on them. There's doing all of Sinful Gear. Like, all of Sinful Gear is basically the length of us doing a Rider series. But it is also anime as hell. So that would be tentatively, we would at least do season 1, and if Tommy's not feeling doing much more of Sinful Gear than that, we would just cut it at season 1, which is fine. And then there's doing Ultraman G, since we did Ultraman Z. It's a weird working backwards since Jeet showed up in Z, where it's like, let's do the Jeet series. And of course, we do the Jeet movie with the series. I guess because of timing, I'm tempted to put Gabon on there, since Gabon also has an official release, so I might put Gabon on that list. But yeah, that's kind of like the current list of things that are, I wouldn't say in production, because that's not how that works for us, but they are on the docket of what I would like to do for TGSR. What ends up happening, I don't know. I think I might just make a wheel and just spin it like 20 times, and then like whatever the last result is, that's what we go with. I don't know. It's one of those times where I'm like, that, or I put them all in the wheel, and every time I spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, it gets eliminated. So whatever doesn't get picked is what ends up happening. I don't know. I'm in a lot of different directions on TGSR at the moment, which is why I let Tommy choose what we did last, which was basically a run back through of Gaim. I said I spent 20 times. Why spend 5 times and then try and make those into a new wheel when I could just make a wheel and then like just narrow it down from there? That's like more work than I desire to put into this. It's also why I'm like half tempted to just be like, Tommy, choose. Or like I narrow it down to some amount and just go, all right, Tommy, spin the wheel. Because if you haven't noticed, when it comes to TGSR, 90% of the things, if you look at everything we've done on TGSR, 90% of the time, it's something I've watched and I'm exposing Tommy to it. 90% of the choices are exactly that. 10% of them are things neither of us have watched, but 90% of the time it is just me going, here's the thing I've watched, and I make Tommy watch it for like several weeks on. Yeah, for now, the Persona 4 the anime is what's next on TGSR, and that's will be Sunday. But we'll be back to normal Thursday streams next Thursday. And normal Friday streams also next Friday. So back to normal next week. And also, I'm getting a lot of basically my stuff out from 2020 at the moment to just buffer myself for the moment. All of Ace Attorney, all of the original Ace Attorney trilogy is actually going out at the moment alongside a run through I did of Muramasa the Demon Blade because I adore that game. I didn't realize I was doing it at the same time I was doing the Ace Attorney trilogy, so I had to like juggle like Muramasa with like Ace Attorney 2 basically because of the timing of all that. But yeah, that's what's going out on the YouTube. If you're desiring just to throw our YouTube archive on the background while you do stuff, because that's probably the best way to handle the YouTube archive. But anywho, folks, if that'll do it. So if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. We'd really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube in chat gets you that YouTube archive. You'll find this in all our other streams. Exclamation point social in chat gets our social media handles so you know we're live. Exclamation point Discord in chat. This is drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.